What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today, we're going to talk about the first round draft pick, talking about Troy Fautanu, the tackle that we obviously selected out of Washington. And this is the thought process, man. We know OTAs are going on right now. We're getting some reports about the players down there and how they're performing. So obviously, it made me think, man, let's cut up some tape of Troy, obviously, you know, this final year at Washington, and show some of the things that made him such a high priority for us, in the sense of us taking him in the first round, and ultimately what we can expect to see from him hopefully this season. So you already know the drill. Don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby, because as you see, we drop content, a whole lot of it, all right? So with that being the case, let's go ahead and check the tape. All right, so now this first play, we're going to get a chance to see Troy, obviously in a three-point stance, but in the red zone, and showing what he can do in terms of reach blocking versus a guy that is outside shade of him. So a little bit challenging, but it was really good to see how he could just ultimately execute his technique and secure the block. So that is Troy right there. And shout out to this college tape as well, baby. Nothing like it, nothing like it. You gotta search high and low to find this type of stuff, man. But alrighty, let's get this thing going. You know how we do it. You had to play it in full speed. First is mandatory. All right. So now that we have this thing set up the way that we like it, as we said, man, this is Troy right here. He's lined obviously at left tackle in all of the tape while he was playing at Washington, because Michael Penix, the quarterback right here, was a left-handed guy, man. So you think of everything as being flipped. Instead of him being the left tackle, he's essentially the right tackle, because everything, like I said, in terms of your pass plays and some of your run concepts, usually right-handed offenses, all of your run plays go this way. A lot of your pass protection, the guy who has to be the guy, or the guy who has to be your best pass blocker, is usually your left tackle. But like I said, since Michael Penix is a lefty, everything is flipped in terms of just the philosophy and the style of calls and stuff like that. So that's the big reason why there isn't this fear of, man, can this guy transition to a different style of position? He absolutely can, because he's already doing familiar things. So like I said, right now, man, his responsibility is to hook this guy who's essentially in a 7 technique, right? So 7 technique, all we're saying is he's inside shade of the tight end. So with that being the case for Troy, his job, like we said, was to hook this guy. So let's see. First step, what do we get? Well, right now, you already see no false step, no bucket step, man. Nice step with the left foot, ultimately. And then from there, getting hands on him. But now, this is where you see the athleticism. This is where you see the power, and ultimately the understanding of the assignment, right? So right now, nice hat placement, right? Troy's helmet on the outside shade of this down D lineman's helmet, right? And technically, he's already blocked this guy. But the play isn't over, because obviously Troy has to make sure that he seals this guy and doesn't allow the guy to run the back door and still try to make a play on the ball carrier, okay? But what Troy does an excellent job of is this, man. Watch his feet. They stay hot. They stay hot. And that's the thing that I love about Troy, man. He has some nastiness in his game. We're going to pull up a couple other plays to show you that. But Troy does an excellent job, though, man, in terms of using his athleticism. And once he gets engaged to you, he is not allowing you to leave, man. But beautiful job. Hands, feet, finish, no holding. All the little things you want to see, man. Excellent work by the big guy up front. When you're talking about playing right tackle, man, when you're talking about some of that run blocking stuff, that's what we're going to need to see. So I love that right there. Love that. But, we got another play we got to check out, so let's get to it. All right, so now we're going to get a chance to see Troy ultimately having to pull in space while also being the front side of the formation, right? A little bit different of a challenge, man, when you're pulling to the front side or play side versus when you're the backside guy and you're the extra, protector in terms of being an offensive lineman and stuff like that. So we'll play this in full speed like we always do, and then after that we'll break it down. But love, love, love what I see from this dude, man, on tape. Let's watch him climb up into space, engage the second level defender. Nice athlete, and of course you get the nasty finish. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. Now hold on, Mr. Tape, work with me now. Don't make me work. Alrighty, alrighty. So for Troy, once again, man, you got him in this 3-point stance, and that's the one thing that I do like about Troy. You know, obviously when we talk about some of our offensive linemen, we'll see them work predominantly out of a 2-point stance, in where that is fine in terms of it does give you an added advantage in terms of pass protection, and a little bit of a disguise in the sense of you can't tell, oh, is he dropping the pass pro or is he going to burst out of this stance for run support? My only issue is I feel like sometimes you don't have the same power angles as when you're coming out of this 3-point stance, just in the sense of low man wins. And one of the things that, like I said, man, continued to show up on tape for Troy was you would see him in these 3-point stances, regardless if it was run or pass, and you could see the power and leverage that he played with. So I definitely like that a lot for Troy. But let's continue this thing going real quick. So front side, like you said, man, he wasn't worried about the stand-up DN. Obviously, the tight end was going to be responsible for him. So essentially, we call it just a little, little pop block like that, man. So tight end is going to down block. He has the around. And this the guy he has to worry about, man. A nice athletic cornerback, man. Shout out to Oregon. And shout out to these unis as well, man. But not an easy task, right? And we said this is kind of what separated Troy versus some of the other offensive linemen in the sense of first rounders versus second and third rounders. Their ability to climb to the second level, their ability to play in space and engage these second level defenders, right? Because it's not easy, man, in space like this. But watch him, man. Maintaining good leverage. Also understanding inside out on this guy, because he wants that ball carrier to be behind him on the inside versus 5-5 or versus Troy being on this side of him and now ball carrier needing to be out here. So just the little details, man. That's the fundamental stuff that you love to see. Understanding that he knows the general idea of the play and where it's trying to go. Versus, man, I'm just trying to beat this guy however I can beat him, even if that is putting this guy in, the way of the ball carrier. So I like those little details like that from Troy. But once again, once he engages you, look at the finish. I love that right there, man. Make those guys feel your body weight. But look at him. Climb to that second level on the pull front side. Makes the nice block on the DB. And now from there, hello, you feel me? Love that. Love that. All right, so far, we've had a chance to see Troy both, run situations, right? Where you can see the physicality, but also the athleticism. And the one thing that is a constant with his tape, the nasty finishes. So I definitely love that. But at the same time, we also know that it's more than just run blocking as an offensive lineman. You do want to see this guy be able to pass protect. In these next couple of plays, we will show that. But make sure you hit that like button, because obviously you're enjoying the content. You're here with me right now, aren't you? And if you haven't subscribed just yet, what are you waiting on, baby? Come on, hit that subscribe button. But after that, let's go ahead and keep this tape rolling, baby. All right, so on this play, you're going to get a chance to see Troy just doing true traditional pass protection. You love to see it one-on-one. And let's watch him work. So you already know how we're going to do this thing. Let's play it in full speed. Dance with him. Whoop. Okay. Now, shout out. Let's talk about it, though. All right. So, like I said, man, we've seen him a couple of times now in terms of Troy in that 3-point stance. And I think in both of those plays, we've also had the tight end to his side. Now you have him pretty much uncovered, meaning to the open side, no tight end directly next to him. Obviously, you see 83 is removed. And with that being the case, obvious pass situation, he is in a 2-point stance, right? So just showing off some more of the versatility, what he could bring to the table. Now he's one-on-one with this guy right here, okay? Mr. Pass Rusher, stand up, good size on him as well. But let's watch how Troy works, man. The first thing I love is this. You notice he didn't kick straight back. He didn't do this. He did this. What's the difference? Well, shoot, man, whenever that guy, in terms of an offensive lineman, if he's attacking you, he basically thinks he's a better athlete. He can go ahead and win right now. When those guys are kicking straight back, being fundamentally sound, they respect you a little bit more. They feel like, hey, man, let me make sure that this guy can't just run by me or beat me to the inside, right? But right now, 55, man, he doesn't care. He's like, you know what, man, I'm going to get you. We're not about to wait on it. So I love the confidence, but also check the feet, right? They never cross over. He still has good inside leverage. Love the fact that he's still upright, okay? Head's not tilted forward. Shoulder pads aren't leaning forward. Good body posture. All right, so that allows him the ability to maneuver inside or outside depending upon where this rusher wants to go. And he's also in position to counter versus a bull rush. So I love where I see him at right now. Let's play it a little bit more. So now you see, okay, pass rusher wanted to engage, and he does a good job in terms of knocking those hands down and still maintaining proper leverage, foot placement, hat placement, not too far over in terms of being a waist bender. And those are little fundamentals you love to see. But watch the active hands. And right there, that's one of the plays one of the things that I absolutely love. Anybody that remembers Al Villanueva when he finally became a Pro Bowler out here, one of the things that he would struggle with early on was the bull rush due to him being very tall and lean. Well, for Troy, it's a little bit different. He isn't the tallest guy, but he does have good size, but he's not overly strong in the sense of, man, he's just going to maul guys. So the way he counters the bull rush is by going to this trap, right? So watch his hands. Trap right there. Smacks him down as he feels this guy getting ready to reposition for the long arm bull or the two-hand bull. When he sees those hands come forward with the forward lean, he is triggering the chop down for both hands, and you see this guy fall completely on his face. This shows up on Troy's tape a lot, and I love it. It's like, hey, man, you understand what your strengths and weaknesses are. He's very athletic, good size, but sometimes the bull rush can get him. Okay, well, what's your counter to the bull? That nice two-hand trap. That'll keep a lot of pass rushers second guessing this bull rush, because you don't like that. That's a bad feeling right there, man. But that's what you love to see in terms of Troy, just understanding and having multiple tools in his toolbox to combat all the different style of rushes. But you know, I got one final play to check out, so let's talk about it. All right, now this final play is up here simply because he's on our team. And I like it when this player is on our team and he does things like this. If he was not on our team and we were playing against him and he did this, this is the one where you want to fight him. All right, so that's the homie Troy Fautanu right there. We're watching in full speed. Then after that, you know we're going to break it down. But yeah, okay. Ink. Oh, man. Oh, not the rib shot. Lord, mama. Yeah, that one right there. That'll do it to you now. That'll do it. But this is the beautiful part, right? So we go obviously passing situation, empty formation right here, no running back. So you get the 2-point stance right here. You have the down D in, and initially it appears like they're trying to get a one-on-one. And why do I say that? Well, you look at his alignment, right? In terms of him being a little bit of a wide 5 technique, but then he has a shade, a wide 3, a wide 5. So everything is offset along with the linebacker being offset. That's 4 defenders to one side of the offensive line, essentially, man. So that's typically what you see when you're trying to get this to be a true one-on-one matchup, all right? So for Troy, he ain't worried about it because he trusts who he is athletically, and he also is very fundamentally sound. So as the play starts, Troy initially does what? He goes with his normal kick, good base between his feet. Love to see that. Hardly ever crosses over, carries his hands at a decent height, head back, not waist bending. Everything looks good early on. But number one does, in my eyes, not the best job of influencing this guy to make him truly believe that he's going to attack him, right? So by him dropping out as quickly as he does, that is ultimately why Troy is able to look right here, and this is a bad feeling. Shout out to 5-0 right here, man. I hate it had to be you, but this is what you want to see if he is on your team, and this is the stuff that makes you want to fight these type of guys when they are against you, because this is a clean rib shot, good old school ball, mink. And yeah, he's going to remember that, but at the same time, Troy's sending a message. He's letting you know this is going to be a physical, long day, and if you rushing against my offensive line, you rushing against my QB, I'm going to take my shots on you. Said, man, once he identified that this guy was not rushing, he didn't just sit back and just waste away on the down, take the play off. No, he looked for more work. And that's the one thing that you do love to see in all seriousness. You want to see guys that are active on this offensive line. Don't just take the play off now that your guy's dropping out. Go hit somebody. Go send a message. Go let these dudes know that this is a different offensive line that they're going to be seeing going forward. And that's the one thing that I do feel like Troy brings to the table. So, like I said, man, I'm excited to see him, but this is what you love right here, man. If he's on your team, oh yeah, go to work, baby. Go to work. So, as you can see, Troy Fautanu is a very, very versatile player. Obviously, reach blocking, pulling in space, pass pro, and that nastiness continues to show up on his tape. These are all the things that you want to see. These are all the reasons why we drafted him in the first round, and these are a big part of why we're excited to see what he potentially brings to this offensive line with guys like Broderick Jones, Zach Frazier, and company. So this is what I thought of him, but you guys let me know your thoughts on Troy Fautanu and what you think he brings to the table based off what you saw on the tape. But either way, you know I appreciate you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button if you have not done so, and subscribe if you're new to the family. But either way, until next time, baby, peace.